Right now at 5, crews investigate a helicopter crash in North Fort Worth. What we know about the people on board. Primary results are in. Senate candidates aren't wasting any time making their case to voters in Texas.
This empty plot of land you see will be a huge resource to unhoused veterans, what the city of Dallas just approved to help.
But first, let's get a check on the weather. Morning commuters drove through some rain, and showers have been sort of off and on in several parts of the Metroplex. Here's a live look from our tower cam in Cedar Hill. You can see that sun start to poke through the clouds now. I'm Chris Lawrence with Chief Meteorologist Pete Delkus. We done with the rain for now?
For the most part. I have a little bit of rain in my forecast through the weekend. It's not every day, but a little bit here or there, 10 to 20% here or there. But any widespread rain, last night was 50, maybe 60% of us saw rain. There was zero severe weather. There was zero flooding. It was just rain with a thunderstorm or two. So
we got a good soaking where I live.
Yeah. I don't have that in my forecast. I don't have that at all in my forecast, even over the next 14 days.
Okay.
So it's real spotty stuff, if any rain at all. So let me show you what's happening out there right now at Fair Park. The sun is peeking out. It's 81 degrees. A little on the muggy side, but temperatures, it's not bad at all. We had this little disturbance roll through early this morning. Watch this. This little mesoscale convective vortice lifted off to the north. So other than Bonham, you're seeing a couple showers right now. That's it. Watch this. Here's the forecast tonight. 7 o'clock. Look at all the rain. 7 tomorrow morning. 10% of us tonight, maybe, see some rain. That's it. It's probably 98% of us don't see a drop of rain. So as we head through tonight, other than a spotty shower, the vast majority of us are dry. By midnight, we're at 73. We start tomorrow at 69. I do have a little bit of rain in my forecast on and off as we head through the weekend. I'll have the detailed weekend forecast coming up.
This afternoon, reaction is still pouring in from the primary results, and now we know Texas will elect a new senator this fall. In the past few hours, James Tallarico announced the, quote, People versus Ken Paxton tour with stops across the state, including Plano. He and Attorney General Ken Paxton have already launched political attack ads after Paxton beat Senator John Cornyn last night. Coming up tonight at 6, we'll have political experts weigh in on what it means for November.
The question is, can Tallarico, as the Democrat who starts from behind, win a majority, 60% or so of that available vote in the middle, which is not that large, in order to narrowly prevail?
As Cole Sullivan reports, there's already been a ton of national attention centered on this race. You'll hear from him in our next hour, right after World News Tonight. In the battle over the newly drawn 33rd Congressional District, Representative Julie Johnson released a statement saying her loss to Colin Allred wasn't what she hoped for. Johnson thanked supporters for 8 years in office, but called it a loss for LGBTQ and women's voices in Congress, while adding the next generation won't let it happen for long. Allred served 3 terms in the House, and now he'll face Republican Patrick Gillespie, who just won his own runoff against John Sims. Tomorrow marks 4 months of the war with Iran, and the Trump administration says negotiations are still on the table right now. Iranian officials say they're prepared to keep fighting, and the president says he won't be rushed into a deal because he, quote, doesn't care about the midterms. President Trump says while the U.S. will patrol the Strait of Hormuz, no nation will be allowed to charge for passage through international waters.
Would you accept a short-term deal that allows Iran and Oman to control the strait? And would they have to open it immediately, or would you be open to that happening over a period of time?
The strait's going to be open to everybody. Nobody's going to control it. It's international waters, and Oman will behave just like everybody else, so we'll have to blow them up.
More than 1,500 commercial vessels are still stranded behind the strait right now, and global oil prices have surged since the war began. Here in the U.S., it's up $1.50 on average to $4.45 a gallon. With prices rising and housing becoming harder to afford, some veterans don't have a place to live. But as Richard Solomon reports, a new project in Dallas could change that.
This isn't much.
When I look out here, I see a lot of potential.
But it's exactly what Brian Myers says is needed.
Veteran homelessness exists in every city, every community across the United States.
Yeah, it's a vacant lot. But he says before long, it could become a place of healing for veterans with nowhere else to go. Myers is a veteran himself.
We're going to see veterans from Dallas get back on their feet and refine that dignity and that pride.
That's why this is personal. He's the CEO and co-founder of the Veterans Community Project. And standing here in Oak Cliff, he sees the future home for a village built specifically for unhoused veterans. And at City Council on Wednesday, Maxie Johnson helped bring it closer to reality.
I believe that no veteran should be homeless.
The city just approved a project to bring a village of small units right across the street from the Veterans Hospital, a project designed to help veterans transition out of homelessness by connecting them with housing, counseling, job support, and health care resources in one place.
This is what building a community with the community looks like.
This community will be built on 7 acres here. Now, the plan is to build 50 small transitional homes.
We can adjust to whatever the veteran needs.
Mark Solomon is a co-founder and an active commander with the U.S. Navy. He says the goal is to fundraise $15 million for the project, and it will look like this. This is video of one of their communities in Kansas City.
And that's what's unique about our program, is that it's not a one-size-fits-all.
For those who served, they say this will give them everything they need. And that is making sure no one is left behind. In Dallas, I'm Richard Solomon.
This afternoon, there are growing concerns about the Ebola outbreak in Central Africa, and Uganda just closed its border with the Democratic Republic of Congo. At least 200 people have died from the virus, and the number of suspected cases is closing in on 1,000. The World Health Organization declared it a global public health emergency, but is urging countries to keep their borders open. The agency says shutdowns can backfire by pushing travelers to unmonitored crossings and causing the virus to spread. The ongoing conflict in that region is making it difficult to control.
It becomes harder to sustain quality health services. It's harder to reach communities. There's a higher degree of mistrust among communities of the motives of different actors, including international actors, who come into those communities to try to identify cases to support contact tracing.
The U.S. and other nations are tightening travel rules, with Americans subjected to increased screenings if they recently traveled there. New this afternoon, crews are investigating a helicopter crash in North Fort Worth. This happened off Victory Circle just before 9 a.m. near the Texas Motor Speedway. First responders found the helicopter on its side with 2 people inside. Paramedics rushed them to a hospital nearby and were working to learn if they're okay. More than 100,000 kids just kicked off summer vacation, including my own, after the last day of school in Dallas ISD. It's one of the last districts in North Texas to wrap up the school year. Irving, Mesquite, and Eagle Mountain Saginaw ISD also finished up this week, while students in Fort Worth, Plano, Frisco, and Louisville ISD have been on break since last week. One educator won't be coming back for the new school year. As Mitty Hicks reports, he's leaving the classroom for good, having not missed a day in 20 years.
Teaching here.
I teach here for 20 years.
That's a long time.
It is.
Very few people can say they showed up every day perfectly, but Luis Molini Nascimento is someone who can.
I did my best.
I think you did better than your best. Never missing a day as music teacher here at Harmony Science Academy, Fort Worth.
First thing, I think I have a good health. I never get sick. And the second thing, I really like what I do. For me, this is fun.
Now he's retiring. There's so much he's going to miss, especially the students who didn't think they could.
They transform their personality, doing an instrument or sometimes singing. And bring what they have inside out is, I think, is very important for me.
He says it's too hard to choose a song that sums up his career here, but his next door neighbor didn't have that problem.
So I hear 11, 11, and you see here kids practice, and usually my kids in my class will start singing with them.
A song she will miss from a person who means so much to her.
So he knows he left me in good hands, and now I'm feeling like very confident as a teacher, and I know that he helped me a lot.
She came to him as a student and leaving as a daughter figure.
Oh my goodness.
Her dad died in 2019, so Mr. Molini is stepping up to walk her down the aisle for her wedding.
I'll make him a tie to be matching with my jackets.
A man with a big heart, leaving a big hole in these hallways. He's also leaving on a high note.
I miss the noise, I miss the singing, practicing. But I think I am doing this on the right time.
In Fort Worth, I'm Mitty Hicks.
Wow. Malini told us he's going to miss Harmony Science Academy, but he's looking forward to seeing his family in Brazil and not hearing an alarm go off at 5:30 a.m. I can certainly empathize with that. Congratulations on a wonderful career.